So a weekend of inspiration and talent. And welcome to a world of football that you may never have seen before, but it will certainly leave its mark. And if you are aware of the skill, proficiency and aptitude of these players, then you'll know already that this is 2 days where the very best in disability football can shine. And so first up, the Amputee Final. Cambridge City, who only formed in February to take over the reins of a Portsmouth team that folded last year, against a Chelsea team who have grown significantly over the last 5 years, from a side that couldn't win a game to a side that are now serial winners and setting out to defend their trophy. Whichever way you look, there is plenty of experience across both teams, whether newly formed or veterans of the Amputee League. Special set of fixtures over the next couple of days, and it starts with one of the most pacey and one of the most skillful events of the 6 that we will bring you. So here are the 2 teams, starting with Cambridge. Goalkeeper Thomas Atkinson, no stranger to the cameras given his big brother appearance. 3 of the side are Irish internationals, Kevin O'Rourke one of them, along with Rory Murphy and Neil Huey. Jamie Tregaskis is certainly a one to watch in amputee football, with great speed and agility. Connor Cruz and Terence TJ Yates complete their starting 11. As for Chelsea, Freddie Palin is Chelsea's goalkeeper, involved in the England setup internationally. Another England representative is in the defence of Luke Bailey. There are 2 Champions League winners, with Matt Dean and Harry Ash, who play for Wisla Krakow in Poland. Sofian Falali, Hafiz Suleiman and 16-year-old Charlie Hewson also start. The dignitaries from the FA meeting some very talented players as the game continues to grow and disability football continues to expand across the country. Jamie Tregaskis of Cambridge City, Ewan, a special talent, a vibrant talent, and one they will lean upon in the attack.
Yeah, their starting 7, all internationals for either England or Ireland, and JB, one of the very special ones, World Cup winner, European Championship winner. One of the best players in the world, that's not an exaggeration. People will come to watch Cambridge just to watch Jamie play. Scored in the 2024 final for Portsmouth, now representing the newly formed Cambridge.
Wearing number 10 on his back for Chelsea, his rival, his counterpart, is Hafiz Suleiman, a key player in this Chelsea setup.
Yeah, 29-year-old Ghanaian, been at the Chelsea from the get-go and stuck with them and been part of that core team, a key influence in the finals previously. And of course, Chelsea looking to repeat their win from 12 months ago. And they've been described as the favourites, but on paper, Cambridge, such a quality team. I don't think it's going to be the David and Goliath people were expecting. Yeah,
really interesting. When we were talking pre-game to some of the members of the team, some of the coaching staff, David versus Goliath is how exactly it was sold to us, with Chelsea being the giants. And yes, maybe so in terms of the club set up 5 years as an outfit under the Chelsea foundation, but in terms of ability, this really is a level playing field.
Absolutely. It's very, very difficult to try and pick a winner here. Chelsea, they've won 9 out of 9 this season. They've already won the league with 3 games to play. Cambridge have won 4 and lost 5, 3 games to play. So on paper, if you just look at the stats of the league, Chelsea are clear favourites. But Cambridge, 9 of their squad are internationals. They've taken the best players and a lot of the core players from that previous Portsmouth team, and they've added to it 4 Irish internationals. It's a bit of a dream team they've created, and I don't think it would be as much as a surprise as people are thinking if Cambridge can win this one.
Perhaps the surprise when it comes to Cambridge is that this is the first time the entire squad, all 13 players, have been able to meet up together. They sometimes have to train separately. The league fixtures once a month. Some of the players flying in from Ireland. Duncan Rumbelow, the manager, said last night when they all had a team meal was the first time they really all got to bond together. So the first of 6 FA Cup finals in the FA Disability Cup is underway, and it is the amputee edition, with Chelsea setting out to defend their trophy. 7 against 7 in the outfield that measures 60 by 40 metres. 2 halves of 25 minutes. Cruz lets it run to Kevin O'Rourke, a 40-year-old Irishman, who is a defender by trade, but allows himself to get forward and can score goals. Very dependable figure. He's the man they've come to see in Jamie Tregaskis. Just been shielded out for now. 3 Chelsea players. Cambridge happy to start at a luxury pace.
Yeah, as we heard in the build-up to this, it's such a physical game for these guys, and that's why we have the rolling sub-on, sub-off. So you will see plenty of changes. We'll keep you up to date as much as we possibly can with those, but it's to give them a chance.
First purposeful ball up towards Kevin O'Rourke. There's Duncan Rumbelow, the Cambridge City manager. Been coaching for 17 years. He is based in East Anglia, but was asked to take over this Cambridge team as Tregaskis tries to pounce and may have the first effort, chips it over the goalkeeper. But that will be comfortable in the end for Freddie Palin in the Chelsea goal. Already
so dangerous. Mentioned people come just to watch him play. Could be one of the stars of the show. Now Chelsea, when they won the cup last year, was their first ever FA Disability Cup win in any of the 6 forms of the game. So it's a huge moment for them. And after that win, they went on a 15-game unbeaten run. It seemed to entirely change the mentality of the entire squad.
We have 2 teams in these Disability Cup finals. The cerebral palsy team will be taking part in the first final tomorrow, and here comes the pace of TJ Yates. Backed into the corner and marshalled well as Kevin O'Rourke is receiving the ball, but free kick has been given.
Now, TJ is another very distinguished name in amputee football, number 14. Played in major tournaments, scored in 3 finals here at St George's Park over the years. So knows how to find the goal on the biggest stages.
If you are just wondering why the free kick was given, it hit the non-residual limb of Kevin O'Rourke there. Here are the rules of the game, including no offsides. So far, a measured approach with more promise perhaps shown by Cambridge. Tregaskis given the ball and asked to venture forward.
A couple of other rules that weren't on the screen there. No slide tackles for fairly obvious reasons, and you'll see kick-ins instead of throw-ins too.
Intercepted well by Matt Dean, one of the 2 that have won a Champions League at Chelsea, playing for Wisla Krakow, the Polish Amputee League, funded in part by Robert Lewandowski of Barcelona. Referee not happy with the challenge that goes in, so just having a little word. Kevin O'Rourke seems to have taken that in good spirit. Sent in at pace and showing around. It was hit by Solomon. Here's Yates. This is where the talent can be on display, that the speed in which they change and can propel forward on the crutches is quite some sight. Just wondering how much the conditions might play a part. We did go pitch side. It is air conditioned in the 3G hall, but still a warm, muggy day at St George's Park.
I think we've got a bit of a relief today, from the mid-30s yesterday down to the high 20s. That sounds absurd to say, doesn't it? But from all accounts, it was the South Ramsey greenhouse yesterday. But I think first thing in the morning, probably the best time to play. They pulled a good card out here, the amputee teams.
South Ramsey greenhouse. I think I might christen my own house that after the temperatures yesterday. From Falali. As Jordan, the Chelsea manager, splits his time between living in the north of England and coaching the Chelsea Foundation disability teams. Very proud of what they've created over the last 5 years. Told me he thinks this could be the strongest cup final in years. Dean. Just a slight miscue from referee Solomon.
And Jordan Clark, also the manager of the cerebral palsy Chelsea team, who are going to be playing later on this weekend. And you mentioned travel there, Mike. He lives in York and travels down for training and matches and things, and that is a story that runs throughout the entire weekend. There's so few teams in many of these leagues that you have to go to sometimes the nearest club might be a couple of 100 miles away, and they do it for the absolute love of the game. And we're always, with the help of EE and TNT, always trying to get extra exposure for all these clubs. And throughout the weekend, what we'll do is tell you at home where you can get involved if you are looking to enjoy football with many of the pan-disability spectrum we have on display over the next couple of days.
You're absolutely right. The love of the game is so evident on display, because not only is it the commitment to travel, it is committing to travel often at a self-funded basis.
Yeah, funding is close to zero for many of these teams, and the best example of that, it's the Amputee World Cup in 2027 next year, and the boys are currently self-fundraising to get to that fund. They've already qualified for the World Cup. At the moment, they can't afford to go yet. They've still got 30 grand to raise in their target.
Tragaskis advancing and goes to swipe one in, looking for Yates. Not quite found one another yet in this game. Maybe Chelsea themselves can cause some damage at the other end for Lally. Tackle goes in. How quickly they get back to their feet. Neil Huey doing the defensive work for Cambridge.
Now, although Cambridge fairly recently formed, of course they've come from the ashes of Portsmouth and of course the new Irish guys, so these boys will know each other fairly well. It's incredible that this is the first time they've all been together in one location. Again, hence is the travel involved and how new the team is. But there is that history between players. For example, Tragaskis and TJ Yates, they've known each other for years playing at Portsmouth, so you will see these natural relationships between players. But again, what they've done in such a short space of time is nothing short of absolutely remarkable. And this is a cagey opening from both teams, really. Not many chances yet. The last couple of league games have been 4-2 to Chelsea and a draw between the teams. So the managers know each other, the players will know each other. It's a matter of breaking down the tactics of the opposition, and yet really no clean-cut chances.
Stopped for now by Luke Bailey. Harry Ash Finds Matt Dean. Those two certainly do have a sixth sense when it comes to connecting with each other out on the field, knowing each other and play with each other for a long time. Now look at the pace from Ash. Falali racing in as well. Our sensational summer of sport continues on TNT Sports. Tour de France starts on the 4th of July. And it is exclusively live on TNT Sports. Tregaskis finds O'Rourke getting forward. Told you the defender likes to advance, but it's intercepted before he can get back to Tregaskis, who now has to race back and perhaps cover O'Rourke's advancements. Marley shielded off for now. Quickly readjusts and then calmly plays that in cleverly towards Charlie Hewson, and the shot hits the side netting from Harry Ash. That is the first chance of the game, and it's Chelsea's way.
Lovely bit of play, very similar to Falali's setup last year for Nyakov's goal. A little pass in from the right-hand side, and I think a few people at home saw the net ripple there and got a bit excited.
Ghost goal almost. There was one of those in the World Cup the other day for Iraq, and of course we're approaching an anniversary of Raheem Sterling doing the same. Tregaskis picked up by Atkinson. Atkinson, a big fundraiser in the Cambridge goal. Started to do a series of running 5Ks in random places, and I don't just mean a local park or around his housing estate. I mean in the back of a police van and on his kitchen worktop as well.
You almost have to hear that twice, don't you?
I must add, back of the police van was legitimate. He asked to do that.
Wasn't trying to get out, was he?
There wasn't something untoward going on. Here's one of those kick-ins then that Tregaskis sends in. Oh, goalkeeper made the decision. Gets it at the second attempt and quickly tries to release Chelsea forward, finding Charlie Hewson, one of the bright young talents of the game. Only just turned 16 back in February, which meant he could only start playing in the Amputee League. Another one with a great social media following. Hewson, magic can he provide? A man who often brings his A game to Chelsea performances.
There is Charlie Hewson, nicknamed Whippet, and he's actually only just done his GCSEs, waiting to find out his results.
Good luck to him. I wonder if he'd swap a grade 9 in GCSEs for a Chelsea FA Cup win, as Dean causes some trouble to Thomas Atkinson.
Oh, blimey. Bit of a late kick there into the guts of TJ Yates.
Should have it's Freddie Palin in the Chelsea goal, who's involved in the England setup. Referee here looks like he's dishing out the first yellow card of the final to Hafiz Suleiman. And this is why.
Blimey.
Might arguably be lucky just to be a yellow. Well, there's a little bit of something for the final. The free kick comes in. It's the midway point of this first cagey half of the first half.
You know, there's one person on the pitch that you don't want to kick and get started with. It's probably TJ Yates. Okay, he's made a mistake there. I wonder if Charlie's so young that the pressure of the cameras just aren't going to faze him at all. There's players that have been here several times. There's going to be some that are brand new to it. He's obviously one of them.
Another kick in from Tregaskis.
Confidence of youth.
Punched away by Palin. Here's Ash. Rolls Royce of a player, Harry Ash, but the engine stalled a little there.
Yeah, taking down Matt D in the 11. One of those players that plays in Poland, to get paid to play out in Poland too. Again, that league funded by Lewandowski. And former Champions League winner.
That was a brilliant tackle that came in from Tregaskis to give Chelsea this kick in. That's perfectly placed onto the head of Houston, but it is a glance, not a forceful effort. So a timeout has been called. Duncan Rumbelow comes on with the drinks, manager and water boy. He'll be happy with how his side have played in the first 15 minutes. Yeah,
I think they've held on pretty well. It's like, again, no two clear-cut chances, one at each end. That's all we've had so far in the opening 15 minutes. And I think that's fair. 0-0, if you were down at this point, you might feel a little bit aggrieved. That was a great chance, though, just coming up in a moment for the youngster, Charlie Hewson. Again, like you said, Mike, just a glance. A couple more inches of his forehead behind it. Might have been a different story. So we're getting used to these hydration breaks, aren't we?
They need it in this hall, this humid hall. It's for Jordan Clark and Duncan Rumbelow to perhaps rethink and see if they have spotted a little quirky gap to exploit. I mentioned the Tour de France earlier. It is also the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow to come across July and August. Every medal exclusively live. All starts on the 23rd of July as Glasgow prepares to host once again, 12 years on from its memorable hosting back in 2014.
Now, you saw there Tom Atkinson, the goalkeeper, doing a lot of the talking, the captain of the team. Fantastic personality in the squad. And he's fairly unique, Tom. He's the first ever double amputee to represent England. So generally, outfield players, leg amputee, goalkeepers, arm amputee. He's got lost a leg and an arm. So a really unique and very, very special player.
And only 22. Chelsea have made a change. They have taken off Charlie Hewson and brought on Jordan Nyarko. They're ready to come on. So that's going to happen shortly, as is Richie Wintle. He'll be entering the field as well.
Nyarko coming on, scored as a sub in last year's final.
So that's Richie Wintle. He might have been brought on to disrupt the game, that's what he can do. Charlie Hewson taking a bit of a timeout.
Yeah, I think we'll see him again.
Jonathan Nyarko then. It took him just 2 minutes off the bench. How quick can he have an impact this time around? Tregaskis uses the overlap. It is flicked in. Could be dangerous. Yates is lurking. Set up by O'Rourke. See if Chelsea's fresh impetus has anything to add. Not for now. Intercepted well by Richie Wintle. Nyarko is impeded by the sliding challenge of Rory Murphy, so that will be a free kick. No slide tackles allowed.
Difficult game to referee, because you mentioned already, Mike, that the ball can't hit the crutches. It can't also hit the residual limb as well. Need eyes like a hawk, that ref.
Didn't find Ash, couldn't find Nyarko either. Check of the watch, 6 minutes left of the first half, 25 minutes in each half of amputee football. Third of the funding for the Chelsea team comes from the Chelsea Football Club. The rest has to be raised additionally. Jordan Clark has helped turn this team around from one that lost regularly week in, week out. As for Lally, there's a low effort that is easily and comfortably dealt with by Thomas Atkinson's feet. Gaskis past one, trying to get past the second. O'Rourke, crossing, he's hanging, and Yates sends his header wayward.
So it is Charlie Hewson at one end with the missed header, and then another for Cambridge. Well, one for TJ Yates to forget, just couldn't quite get to it. And he looks to the sky. And in this game, you feel like there might not be too many chances. The last time these two teams played each other back in May, it was 4-2 to Chelsea. Doesn't feel like a 6-goal game today, does it?
One might be enough at this rate. Yates trying to make amends. Look at the turn of pace, and it needs Richie Wintle to be careful and alert, and he was. And described as the class clown of the Chelsea team. Richie Wintle doing some rather serious work. Tregaskis aiming for Yates again. Left to go behind. Goal kick. Wintle's under pressure from Yates.
And that miss will frustrate TJ. He'll be an angry player now. You don't want an angry TJ Yates on the ball.
O'Rourke. Yates with the change of direction. Suddenly, Cambridge trying to end this first half strongly. Yates and O'Rourke again. Gaskis. This is Cruz. Cruz is going for it. Hit someone. Might even hit his own man. Marco. Caught his own teammate Sullivan off guard a little bit there. So it might have been Falali rather. That was Wintle that it hit the back of. And the shot from Connor Cruz, England international.
Am I right in thinking no Cambridge subs yet? That's a surprise.
Chelsea trying to freshen up. Tregaskis. Well, there's maybe just a little example of what I was told about Jamie Tregaskis. He expects so much of himself that when things don't go to plan, he will shout at himself, and clearly looked frustrated with his effort. Dean finds Falali through the legs and in. Sofian Falali gets Chelsea off and running. The man nicknamed the one-leg merchant has bought Chelsea a valuable goal in this final. And they lead.
Player of the match in 2025. He got an assist from the right-hand side last year. Svijanako gets himself a goal from the right-hand side in 2026, and the way this game's playing out, that could yet be a winner.
A game of few and far chances. But Sofian Falali with a perfect nutmeg through the legs of Thomas Atkinson gives Chelsea what they needed, and the defending champions are off and running.
That could and should entirely change the pace of this game. It's been chess-like for the first 23 minutes. And now Cambridge know they need something, ideally before half-time, because otherwise those half-time talks are going to be very different than they were 60 seconds ago.
He features in the matchday programme. Does Sofian Falali. He said it would mean the world to defend the trophy. A goal that will mean the world to him. What is Cambridge's response? Tregaskis again. The ambition is there, the range and the sighters on the Chelsea goal is a little off.
He did score in the 2024 final. He knows how to do it here. But as yet, not really troubling the goalkeeper, Freddie Palin. Hasn't had too much to do, has he?
2 minutes added time. Can Cambridge get themselves level before the break? Here is Connor Cruz. Tregaskis really trying to drive this Cambridge team forward and towards the Chelsea penalty area, if not have a go himself. He is tripped by Nwako.
Now, if you're watching this at home and you think you might want to get involved in that, there's plenty of opportunities. In fact, Cambridge are hosting 2 free open taster sessions in July. You can learn the basics and see the pathways for amputee development. And online on X at Amputee Football, on Instagram EAFE_AmpFooty. And you can search it on the Facebook of the England Amputee Football Association page as well. All these squads are always looking for new players, so if you're keen, there are pathways and opportunities to get involved.
Connor Cruz. It's cruising over the bar. Nwako. He's going to have a little range himself. Comfortable catch for Thomas Atkinson. Large presence on social media for him. Tregaskis. Yates is making the moves. Tregaskis will try and find him, but only finds the hand of Freddie Palin.
Freddie Palin's only been with the squad for 2 seasons, and initially it was just to help them out. But he's stuck around, now part of the England setup.
He has a clean sheet. He has the goal. Sofian Falali is the difference with a nutmeg through the legs of Thomas Atkinson. And Chelsea, the reigning champions, have the lead. And a break which is cagey, it is tight. And it could be equally as tense in the second half. At half-time of the Amputee Final, it is Cambridge City 0, Chelsea Foundation 1. At the break, Chelsea leading by 1-0, and they're going to bring on their young talent once again. Rolling subs in this final. So Jonathan Nwako, who had come on in his place, is swapped out again for 16-year-old Charlie Hewson. Remarkable story in his background. He was diagnosed with bone cancer at just 9 months old. The doctors removed the leg, then reattached his lower leg and foot backwards to help with the blood flow. Started out with Brighton, now plays for Chelsea. And one of those inspirational young talents, showing every generation that football is for everyone. So off we go, another cagey 25 minutes maybe incoming. What have the managers had chance to do at the break? What can they change? Here is Falali, goal scorer of Chelsea. He's only 18 himself. Oh, is that an insight for TJ Yates to get in? Luke Bailey is there doing the defensive work for Chelsea. Yates is keeping him in the corner. Wintle taking on the chest of Tregaskis. 3 around him. Tregaskis may go alone. In the end, had no further to go.
Yeah, we want no mistakes at this stage. I think 2-0 down in this kind of fixture would not quite be curtains. But Chelsea with that 1-0 lead.
Just behind Cruz.
It's a different start. It's very different already. Got 70 seconds, it just feels different to the first half, which again, as you said, White, was cagey, chess-like. I would anticipate this to be a much quicker, more aggressive 25 minutes.
And these players do turn it on. They really do have so much agility, turn of pace. TJ Yates, Luke Bailey Yates.
Freddie Palin not had too much to do, but under a bit of pressure in the opening couple of minutes of the second half. And Cambridge really pressing forward.
For Lally, number 8 of Chelsea, and can only find Rory Murphy, the number 8 of Cambridge. Falali, who started at QPR before he lost his leg, has been part of the Chelsea setup from the start of this amputee team that has been in existence for the last 5 or 6 years. Here's the chance for TJ Yates, the first of the second half. Not going to be Freddie Palin from there. Neil Huey, one of the trio of Irish players in the Cambridge City squad, midfielder. Here he goes again, Jamie Tregaskis. Clever little flick, marshalled all the way by Charlie Hewson. Outstanding talents of the game. Yates trying to creep it in at the near post.
Taking all the opportunities possible. Again, that was a finely acute angle. So the aim there was probably not to score, just to get themselves a corner, which they've done.
O'Rourke punched away by Palin. Yates, Palin, so calm and casual.
Huge long ball forward by Tom Atkinson. Looking to make Chelsea work for it.
And goes away from Bailey. Can Chelsea get themselves on the counter? Looking for Hewson, who he did enough. He's racing to try and gather the loose ball. In comes Wintle though with the challenge. Big talker in the dressing room, Richie Wintle. He's a mechanic by trade. Once turned up to training on a quad bike,
which he was selling.
I assume he had the sale already agreed. He didn't just walk around the training camp with the players and say, anyone want to buy a quad bike off me? Glasses on. Studious. Duncan Rumbelow. Hewson. Falali. Falali still. Here comes Tregaskis. By that one rash challenge that we saw from Hafiz Solomon earlier in the game, it has been quite a clean affair between these two.
I think that challenge did make up for the rest of them though, didn't it?
A karate kick to the chest.
8 stud marks in his chest in about an hour's time.
circa Nigel de Jong 2010 Cup Final, World Cup Final. Eric Cantona, Crystal Palace fan, think those.
So Chelsea have soaked up the initial 5 minutes of heavy pressure in this second half. It's difficult to sustain that for 25 minutes, so it might come in bursts now for Cambridge,
who are still yet to use any of their bench.
I find that remarkable in this heat as well. We do have 6 options on the bench.
Which is one more than Chelsea, who've rolled on and off 3 times already. Tragaskis to Yates. Yates fancies the turn, fancies the effort. And Palin there again.
I feel like TJ Yates is on a mission, isn't he? That's like 3 attempts in the opening 7 minutes of this half. Still frustrated from that headed miss late in this first.
Tragaskis' delivery, easy one for Palin.
There's not a huge amount been asked of Palin, but everything that has been, he's answered it without any hesitation or whatsoever.
Jordan Clark, who really feels Chelsea deserved to be in the final this year. He says last year's affair, they didn't really feel they deserved it. It should have been Portsmouth against Everton, but Portsmouth couldn't field a team for 2 different competitions, with England also in action at the same time. A lot of the Portsmouth players playing in Poland at the time, so Portsmouth had to step out. Chelsea filled in.
And took the opportunity.
Like they have in this game, because they've only had the one major chance, and Falali took it.
It is, they are 1 for 1 right now.
Yates, he's had a few efforts, successful or overly threatening. Don't be surprised if Tragaskis wants to fancy his chances on his own. There is the long-range effort. Palin saw it well.
They are giving it a go from any distance and any angle now. I mean, that is an outside chance. Still made Palin work.
If it stayed perhaps in the corner, the angle that he was looking for, maybe would have caused problems from Rory Murphy, the Irishman. So the goal scorer departs, for now at least, Sofian Falali. And Isaac Adai comes on to replace him. Adai, the Ghanaian. I've been promised if he scores there will be big celebrations. But for now it's Cambridge in hunt of a goal. O'Rourke. Space afforded. It's another effort just over the bar. Neil Huey this time.
That's Rory Murphy, the Irish international. 44 years of age. And apparently you would never know it. The 16-year-old Charlie Hewson, what a story that would be, not just to win, but potentially score in this final as well. So, set up for that sort of dream scenario, but as yet, just 1 chance is all they've had. Yes, they took it, but it's been Cambridge on top for the majority of this game. There's barely been more than 30 seconds where Chelsea have been in the Cambridge half.
Hewson lets it run across. Give and go. Dean Caught out, and now watch TJ Yates go. Wintle is back with him, gets the decisive poke away.
He is the man they have to watch, isn't he? There's Richie Wintle doing his job. Freddie Paling gives her the thanks.
So 11 minutes into this second half, Cambridge have called yet another timeout. They did so once in the first half as well. Good pace from Wintle to keep up. The figure of TJ Yates. He's been an amputee since the age of 15. TJ Yates, now 35. Described by Duncan Rumbelow as a dream to work with, and will often get the call from the manager to discuss tactics, and he'll ring him up and ask for his opinion. He might be doing the same during this break as well. So a tense final here, and might also be one towards the end of the season in the Women's Rugby Premiership. Saracens against Ealing. Tomorrow from 2:15, huge London showdown at the Stoop. You can find out who's crowned champions tomorrow from just after 2 o'clock. And the new season isn't that far away as well. 52 live Premier League matches across TNT Sports, the men's and women's FA Cup as well. Close on 200 Champions League matches, plus every match live from the Europa League and Conference League too. Cannot wait for it all to begin. The actual qualifying for the Champions League, it may seem ridiculous as we are in the middle of summer and the World Cup is on, but it is around 10 days till qualifying begins. So, hydration break over. It is a timeout technically called by the Cambridge team. And Cambridge are going to make their first change. Sienna Durham comes on. And Neil Huey departs. Durham, who is no surprise to starting on the bench, has a great understanding of the game. Right place, right time kind of figure. He needs to really put that into use for Cambridge, who trail in the final. O'Rourke sends it in, Palin pats it away, corner kick.
They've had the most chances, they've had the most possession.
O'Rourke, Tregaskis, in towards Yates, tried to adjust quickly.
He's claiming a corner, not sure about that.
Both of them going for it, wasn't it? A miscommunication.
And leaves both of them frustrated.
Here's a chance for Chelsea. Oh, was there a collision of crutches? Matt Dean goes down. Referee has a decision to make here.
It was outside the box, I'm fairly sure. Let's have a look, right on the edge. Can be a dangerous free kick if so. Oh, I don't think he touched him.
Nope. He's done himself a negligence here.
I didn't see a crutch or make any contact with him. Oh, but hang on. That looks like stud marks on his on the inside of his knee. Oh, it was after. So he's gone down and then he's made contact. So I understand the pain entirely. It's not fake pain, but it seems like a self-inflicted fall.
Yeah, there was nothing a recovering Tregaskis could do.
But they've got the free kick.
So Chelsea with a slice of fortune. And Cambridge.
Oh, wow.
Yellow card given. We feared a red. It is a yellow for Cambridge's Jamie Tregaskis.
I think that's really harsh, and when they get to watch that back, they'll sort of recognise that mistake, unless there's something before that we did not see. but that was a self-inflicted fall. Yes, there's an injury because he, unfortunately, the boot caught the inside of the knee as he was on the ground, and maybe that influenced the referee's decision.
So Matt Dean is sizing this one up. Harry Ash in close proximity to. Second goal here for Chelsea might just give him the final. And it's brilliantly saved. What a fantastic save from Thomas Atkinson. He keeps Cambridge in the cup final.
26 England caps, and that's why. Power, precision, but it doesn't get past Atkinson, the Cambridge captain, and effectively keeps them in this final.
How vital it could be. Hewson goes down. But again, maybe more of a slip than a trip.
Oh, there was a touch of crutches there.
So we've had one free kick given where there was no contact of the crutch, and maybe one that wasn't given that should have been.
Even, isn't it?
All balances out. And Cambridge will be thankful on both accounts that Chelsea haven't had a second opportunity that has counted.
So it takes a lot of people to run these events, and we got a big thank you to the RAF, as we have done since 2018. RAF Shawbury in Shropshire, including trainees and staff from the Defence School of Air and Space Operations, joining us today around the pitches, ball boys, and also involved in the presentations too. Great to have them along. I know they're very proud to be here as well.
So, final 7 minutes for Cambridge to try and get back in this game. What are they thinking down there? Jude Aston's with the manager, Duncan Rumbelow.
Duncan, you've been encouraging communication.
Yeah.
How are you going to get through this final 7 minutes?
It's frustrating. I think we've definitely had the better of the play. I think we've had more chances. Chelsea have obviously had their chance, they took it. I think we just need to up the tempo a little bit more, take the game to them. We've got nothing to lose now and plenty of time to get a goal back.
Yeah, when you talk about upping that tempo, you've made some changes this second half, hoping they can make the final impact.
Yeah, I think I probably would have made more changes, but I don't think Chelsea have got a lot of answers to the way that we're playing. I don't want to change anything, but I'm conscious that they've put more players in. We're flagging a little bit more, but I think our quality, we just need one moment of quality to get us back into it. Which is what I'm hoping. I think we're the better team, and yeah, I'm hoping we can get back into it. We've got time to do it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jude. Thank you, Duncan. Duncan, who has the vision to take Cambridge into Europe one day. Europa League football on the cards. Dean in the contest. They keep clear of the crutch collision, or no, they don't. And Jamie Tregaskis, the offender again.
Yeah, you could hear the clash that time between the crutches. And I agree with what Duncan was saying. They have been the better team. They've had chances, but they've not had the quality finish, which Chelsea have had. One attempt took it with that finish by last year's player of the match, Sofiane Filali. Assist last year. Goal 12 months later, and that could be all the difference.
Chelsea readying more changes. And it's Harry Ash. Flies off the boot of Rory Murphy. And Atkinson wants to start proceedings quickly. Yates uses his shoulder. O'Rourke. Might become a little more open in these final 5 minutes. Chelsea holding on to a 1-0 lead.
Well, Cambridge have only got one option now. It's throw everything into that Chelsea half. And yes, it might leave them exposed, but this is a one-chance opportunity.
Substitution for Chelsea, firstly,
so Charlie Hewson's time in the second half is over. Michael Ishiguzo, 45-year-old, known as Big Mike, and that is why. What a character he is.
We had a great chat with Jordan before the game. He won't mind me saying this, but he said if Michael had a heat map against him, it would just be a big red dot in the final third. He barely moves. He was visibly shocked when Mike came out to warm up, in fact.
So Isaac Adai goes off. He hasn't had his chance in this game. They're bringing on the man whose goal is the difference, Sofian Falali. And his nutmeg on Thomas Atkinson separates these two sides. Chelsea 4 minutes away from FA Cup glory once again. Ash finds Falali. Cambridge will be more than aware of his ability. As Cruz tries to escape, Falali on the recover, passes behind Yates. Connor Cruz will run and run. He has the endurance and the energy. If he needs to get back, he will. If he will carry the team forward, he can. 24-year-old England international. No surprise over the suspects of this free kick in Jamie Tregaskis and TJ Yates. Nervy moment for Freddie Palin, who has dealt everything that's come his way so far. And it's Yates. Here is Michael Ishiguzo then. Falali. Was coming Harry Ash, but the ball past him. Been with Chelsea since the start, even since those rough days. In the days when Chelsea struggled. Tregaskis.
Got 90 seconds plus stoppages for Cambridge to pull something out the bag. They've been the better team. They've had the most chances. They haven't found the back of the net. They need to do it quickly.
Tregaskis in, there is Yates! And he saves the cup final for Cambridge. TJ Yates, their main man up top, with just over a minute on the clock, saves the day.
If anyone was going to score for Cambridge, could only have been TJ Yates. That's probably his half a dozenth chance. Finally finds it, and he's running away before the ball hits the back of the net. And Duncan Rumbelow is also delighted and relieved, I imagine.
Extra time is a possibility, 2 halves of 5 minutes if needed. Is there time for a winner? Injury time on the way, Tregaskis. The man they come to watch in amputee football. Is this his moment? It's off the head of Bailey.
Oh, what a game we've got now. All change in the last 60 seconds. We've got 3 minutes added time, I believe, coming up. And if it stays 1-1, we'll have 5 minutes or 2 sets of 5 minutes of extra time, 4 penalties if necessary. I didn't think we'd be having this conversation we are now. And could there still be a winner?
Tregaskis. Oh, Palin got enough on it. Falali. Ishiguzo. Challenged by Cruz, and fairly so.
You feel like Cambridge did deserve the goal. It would have been a heartache to lose this 1-0 after being on top for so long.
Duncan Rumbelow, the manager, said they felt they deserved something. They have something. Maybe they'll have more. O'Rourke keeps it in. Yates. Bailey's got him covered again. There's two managers on the touchline. Are two men inspired by these players. They love to see how determined and focused and happy they are. Both, when I spoke to them in the week, told me just that. Tragaskis towards the head of Yates! He's won it! Cambridge City, formed just 5 months ago, might have just won this cup final, taking the title from the team they now lead, and it's TJ Yates again.
Chelsea unbeaten all season, and then they come up against TJ Yates. 2 goals in 2 minutes to absolutely turn this final on its head. And that is a precision, powerful header. And look at the celebrations, and the arms come up. The love you to the crowd.
He loves them and they love him. Freddie Palin has been booked in the aftermath of that. Jordan Clark has called a timeout at a critical stage. Chelsea will have to go for it. When I spoke to Duncan Rumbelow in the week, the Cambridge manager, I asked him to describe TJ Yates. And he quite simply said he is very good at being in the right place at the right time. Point proven.
10th anniversary of the FA Disabilities Cup. We always get action, we always get drama. This is such a good advert for disability football. And it's not done yet. Tom Atkinson giving all the orders to his teammates. They need to hang on for about 60 seconds. All the pressure throughout the entire game, it finally pays off.
No surprise who has won the player of the match. 2 goals in 2 minutes and 35 seconds.
It can only be TJ Yates. He was always there, had 6 chances leading up to his goals, and then took 2 out of 2 to turn this game on its head. And in their first year of existence, their first 4 months of existence, Cambridge are on track to be the 10th anniversary Amputee Final winners of the FA Disability Cup.
Last roll of the dice for Chelsea. Falali's pulled it out once. Cruz has gone down. Did he block the ball illegally? According to the referee, yes, he did. What a moment this is for Chelsea.
Wow. I wouldn't mind 10 more minutes of this.
Certainly not. Can Chelsea push us into extra time? Matt Dean has huge responsibility on his shoulders here.
Surely last kick of the game.
Dean, who missed last year's final. It is Dean! Hits the post or the keeper got a touch. Either way, it stays out. Dean again. Outside of the boot this time. Oh, it deflects in!
I can't believe it.
Chelsea are taking us to extra time. Somehow, they have plucked it out with a huge slice of fortune that goes their way in the final. And it is level again at 2-2.
And we are going to get 10 minutes. Here's the replay. The initial free kick was good. Tom Atkinson onto the post, but it doesn't go out. And then they just need to belt it down the pitch. It doesn't happen. Ball comes in. Oh, it's an over the top of Atkinson. What drama on the Sir Alf Ramsey pitch.
And still more drama. but not quite for Cambridge. What a final this has turned into.
Just blow the whistle, I can't take this. Oh, gosh.
Kevin O'Rourke, the defender, very nearly with a striker's finish. There goes the whistle for full time. It was tense, it was nervy for 48 of the 50 minutes, and then Cambridge came to the party and turned it around. But a heavy deflection off Jamie Tregaskis from the shot of Matt Dean has taken us to extra time in our first of 6 FA Cup disability finals. Full time, we head to extra time in the Amputee Final. Cambridge City 2, Chelsea Foundation 2.
Well, 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 some game, some finish to the game. Farrell Williams and Scott Rogers watching, mouths open alongside me on the side of the pitch. Some drama here.
And they left it late, didn't they, Cambridge?
They?
And we spoke, didn't we, at half-time about TJ Yates and his movement and his runs off with the ball and that partnership that he was forming. And if he didn't come away from this game with a goal, you know, he'd have been disappointed because he got himself into some real good positions, and he ends up scoring 2. One deflected in, own goal, but he got what we thought was going to be the winner. And then, as you mentioned, that late drama from Chelsea, incredible finish to the game.
And another big deflection, obviously, Scott, on the equaliser, just on the stroke of the end of the game.
Yeah, we just got our breath back, haven't we? That was incredible, and what an advert for amputee football as well. He's been patient all day. TJ up front, he's had the opportunities, he's maybe missed a couple, but he's delivered when he needed to. And like I said at half time, that delivery from Jamie Tregaskis from wide areas is absolutely huge.
Yeah, and I think there on that equaliser from Matt Dean, of course, was instrumental in Chelsea's first goal. I think the defender's trying to get out of the way, and it cannons off his leg and over the keeper and in.
Yeah, and it's real difficult. We've noticed that today.
Yeah.
You know, been here to witness it. The way in which they're able to actually move their clutches as quick as they do, and sometimes it's unfortunate. And as you say, when it goes in off the defender the way it does, trying to move your body out of the way. I mean, the difficulty in that, and we've seen it live here ourselves. As I say, it's an incredible skill to have, but unlucky, you know, it went in off him.
And now the psychology, the roller coaster, both of these teams are on, Scott, with 5 minutes each way still to play.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think we could call it at this point, could we? It could go either way. And I think a special mention to the young boy, Charlie Hewson, because I think he's been absolutely phenomenal today. Brilliant.
And it was interesting when they went 2-1 down so late, they brought him immediately back on, the 16-year-old, trying to affect the game, which he has done very positively, so he may well get his chance. But it's, get out of jail free card from Jordan Clark from Chelsea at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And as you mentioned there, I was surprised that they actually took him off the pitch for Chelsea. He was causing a few problems there, but he's back on and, you know, probably gets this last 10 minutes.
OK, so someone eventually will get their hands on this trophy. Will it be Chelsea, the holders, or the debutants just a few months into their existence? Cambridge, who were within Mike and you and 1 minute of winning it? Now they've got to go again.
Yeah, less than Freddie commentator out there. Don't say a side's won it when there's still time to play. Chelsea with the most tactical of tactical timeouts with 30 seconds left. Jordan Clark called it, and it worked. And it has kept Chelsea in this final.
Just incredible. Like, for the last 90 seconds, we were both just sort of shaking our heads. What is going on? We thought that was it. We'll have 5 minutes each way of extra time, and if it's still tied, we'll have a penalty shootout, 5 apiece before.
Well, it's the decade anniversary of the Disability Cup final. And what a start to this weekend's billing we have had. You wanted 10 more minutes, we've got it. And aren't we glad for it as well with what those two produced at the end? Will things be calmer? Will things have neutralised? Or are we set for a rip-roaring 10 minutes? 2 lots of 5, and we go again. No penalty shootout in this final for 5 years. And Portsmouth, who are now Cambridge, were victors.
Even more interestingly, Harry Ash scored the winning penalty in that for Portsmouth. He's now playing for Chelsea. He's their captain.
Sometimes stories are written for you. Keeper came, not with the most conviction. He's not laughing now. The man described as the class clown of Chelsea. He has been in a serious game of football. Tregaskis will want to make amends. The unfortunate deflection off him led to Chelsea's equaliser in stoppage time. Oh, Chelsea making a mess of it! And it creeps in. And Terry Yates gets a hat-trick in the cup final.
I'm trying to work out, is he okay? Is he in shock? Is he hurt? I think there's more to this.
It doesn't matter how it goes in as long as it does. And Chelsea played themselves into trouble. Cambridge capitalised and they lead again.
We've got to see that on replay. Here we go. What actually happened? So Freddie Palin rolls the ball out, and instead of taking a pass, it's just a touch. And that is an absolute disaster. There's no other word for it. A heavy, heavy touch, and TJX pounces, gets the hat-trick.
So an unfortunate circumstance at one end got Chelsea level at the other. Cambridge now capitalise. It should bounce through and very nearly awkwardly over Thomas Atkinson.
First ever hat-trick in the history of FA Disability Cup in the Amputee Finals. What a way to start the weekend. And TJ Yates says this is now the fourth final he's scored in. Scored in the final back in 2019, 2023 and 2024, now 2026. We might be getting more than 10 minutes.
The longer this goes on, perhaps the better, although do be aware at 12:30 we have the partially sighted cup final. It's the first of three finals today, 3 tomorrow. Chelsea FC will be back tomorrow in the cerebral palsy cup final. First up, 10:15 tomorrow. Tregaskis. Tregaskis! Forcing Palin to pounce.
Great save. That might be his best of the game and arguably the most important.
Tregaskis got up his sleeve this time. He's going to go for it, is he? Punched away by Palin. It's the speed, it is the know all and whereabouts of Jamie Tregaskis. He is featured in a documentary about his time at Manchester City, where he was tipped to become a professional player before he lost his leg. Chelsea into Ishiguzo, and Chelsea wide from Hewson. Their Starlet, the 16-year-old, has his big chance, but he blows it.
And he looks absolutely gutted. Did he just put that wide, or did Atkinson get a touch on this? It might have come off the number 5, you know, Ina Durham, but no call has been given. Smashes the ground with his crutch.
He looks devastated. He's gone down here. Half-time of extra time. And Cambridge, who were dealt a devastating blow to get us into extra time with the late Chelsea equaliser, have taken advantage of a Chelsea error at the back. And they have their lead back. They have 5 more minutes to protect it.
It was, of course, a mistake, but it's also credit to TJ Yates being in the right place and pouncing ever so quickly. Within half a second, he had recognised it and it was in there. And there will be changes in this 2-minute half-time break for Chelsea.
So Jonathan Nyarko is back on. Michael Ishiguzo has had his time. I wonder whether Ishiguzo might have thought of going for goal on that setup too Charlie Hewson, but elected to tee up the 16-year-old. Incidentally, Ishiguzo, who teed up Hewson there, is nearly 3 times the age of Charlie Hewson. Such is the brilliant inclusion that amputee football can bring. It really is a sport for anyone. Falali ghosting in. Not far away. Falali, Marco, got the turn, the space evaporated. Chelsea chasing once again. Here is Hewson. Guide the ball past Murphy. He will learn from this and that chance. Charlie Hewson, it looks mentally like it has affected him, but I'm sure he'll be encouraged to keep his head up. He is vastly talented.
Looks like he's lost his spark a little bit, but he'll play in many more disability finals here at St George's Park.
He's been desperate to play at the senior level. Could only do so when he turned 16 in February.
Great ball.
Ash. Warco goes down and shut out. Chelsea have 3 more minutes. Dean keeps going. Warco. Saw his opportunity.
Cambridge in absolutely no rush to take this corner whatsoever, understandably.
Cambridge looking to add their name to the roll call. Peterborough won 3 of the first 4. Everton won in 2019 and 2023. Manchester City in 2022. Portsmouth in 24. Chelsea last year. Are Cambridge going to be the latest name? Pressure will come though. Chelsea will get one more opportunity, you feel. Looks like he needs an arm around him, Charlie Hewson. The risks will be taken by Cambridge now as that flies off the boot of Wintle, who himself might have some regrets from this final. Final minute. Final few seconds for Cambridge. Wilson wins the kick in. And the ball, they need it quick. Matt Dean. He's studious, is Matt Dean. An Oxford graduate. Dean sends it in. Header goes away. Big moments for Duncan Rumbelow and his Cambridge City side.
This is it. This is the last chance of the game. All or nothing for Chelsea.
They took their last one in normal time. They've got to do the same again now. Dean hangs it in. Header off Yates. The whistle goes. And Cambridge are crowned cup winners. In a dramatic finale. It is a dream finale for Cambridge City. The new kids on the block, with their band of experienced players, have taken the title from Chelsea. And Cambridge are about to receive their medals at the front of the queue. The man who has won the cup final and a man who's made history.
It has been a record-breaking day. There's his sons watching on for TJ Yates, first ever hat-trick scorer in the EFA Disability Cup final here in the Amputee, and also now becomes the top goal scorer in the competition in Amputee. 6 goals across 4 finals, 2 times the winner. I'm not sure of the criteria to get a pitch named after you here at St George's Park, but he's probably on his way somehow.
Well, he's had to pick up the Player of the Match award first, come back, and then he'll walk with his team. The Player of the Match award given to him by Steve Smithies, the Chief Executive Officer at the Cheshire County Football Association. Before Cambridge get their moment in the sun, Shan Jayrig will present the match officials. Shan's a member of the FA Disability Football Committee. Referee had some big calls to make at times. Free kicks being awarded. Not least the one that led to a Chelsea equaliser, but he also just about kept the red card in the pocket when very nearly in the first half. I think there was good call to produce one.
I think he's had a great game. I think the entire team's had a great game. Kept it all together. We had, again, you can say as many times as you like, dramatic end to that first half, and pressure never got to the referee and team, so well done to them.
Whoever you support here today, show your appreciation for the champions.
And so, Cambridge City begin their World Cup and collect their medals, watched on by friends and family and led by Duncan Rumbelow. Duncan Rumbelow, based in East Anglia, was contacted by Cambridge City just before February to say, let's build a team made out of the fallout of Portsmouth. He wanted the challenge and he took it on, and boy, has he worked wonders. There is quality in the side, but you've got to get them to knit together.
And it wasn't just the Portsmouth team. The league changed the rules so you could get Irish players in. They've got 4 Irish internationals, so it's a mould of the old Portsmouth team, so new players and Irish internationals, and they have just done the most incredible job building a real, true squad.
They can't always train together. This weekend is the first time Duncan's had all 13 players together in one place, but maybe they don't need to in future. It has worked perfectly. Goalkeeper Thomas Atkinson last along the line. Side that are really focused on their community. They picked up the pieces from Portsmouth. They reshaped and they rebuilt. And for a brand new trophy, there is a brand new name on it. And Cambridge City are FA Amputee Football Disability winners.
Incredible story. We get them so often, and in the 10th year, we've started the 6-match weekend with an incredibly special one. It might be remembered as the TJ Yates final. It's Cambridge City, their name going on the brand new trophy. What a story, what an advert for disability football. Sparks flew in the game, and they fly high above Cambridge City, and they will enjoy this for a long, long time.
Some of the squad got here today, the rest went for a team meal last night. Believe me, there'll be one unified existence in the bar later for Cambridge. It is their day at St George's Park. As Thomas Atkinson leads the party. Special moment, special players, talented group, and I hope they've demonstrated that for you today. Congratulations to Cambridge City.